You think the blueprint for Batman is locked in stone? A wealthy orphan gets traumatized by a mugging, spends billions on military-grade stealth gadgets, and dresses up like a flying mammal to punch mentally ill clowns in an alleyway. But over the last 80 years, DC writers have completely shattered, patched, and corrupted the Dark Knight's identity across the multiverse. They've engineered variations so unhinged, unstable, and overpowered that they make the standard billionaire look like a common street thug. From the forgotten lethal prototypes to a modern 420-pound blue-collar absolute unit, let's look at every variation of the Bat ever built. The beta prototype, before the legendary no-kill rule was patched into his moral programming. The original 1939 version of Batman was just a ruthless pulp detective. He wore purple gloves, didn't use a grappling hook, and routinely snapped criminals' necks or knocked them into vats of burning acid without a single ounce of remorse. This build was basically the Punisher in a cape, the apocalyptic virus, the Batman who laughs. What happens when you combine Batman's tactical mastermind brain with the Joker's absolute psychological insanity? You get a corrupted multiversal virus. After accidentally inhaling a concentrated dose of Joker toxin, this Bruce Wayne executed his entire Bat family in cold blood, overthrew the global superhero system, and weaponized dark matter just to watch realities burn. His stats are maxed out on pure trauma. The blue-collar tank, Absolute Batman. Delete the billion-dollar trust fund, remove the family butler, the high-tech cave, and the corporate empire. In the absolute timeline, Bruce Wayne is a massive 24-year-old municipal civil engineer who fixes Gotham's actual infrastructure by day and breaks skulls by night. His ears are removable throwing knives, and his chest emblem is a literal detachable war axe. He didn't inherit a solution, he built one with raw muscle. The Cyberpunk legacy build, Batman Beyond. Fast forward to Neo Gotham in the year 2039. Bruce Wayne is a grumpy 80-year-old retired asset sitting in a dark cave, but the Batman character class gets a complete cyberpunk overhaul. Enter Terry McGinnis, a high school street fighter wearing a multi-billion-dollar prototype exosuit. This build completely drops heavy ballistic armor for active stealth camouflage, built-in flight thrusters, magnetic wall-crawling boots, and rocket-propelled batarangs. It features a direct neural link straight to Bruce's brain, transforming a teenager into a literal fighter jet compressed into skin-tight fabric. The Cosmic Suicide Rig, the Hellbat armor. When a human needs to look a literal space god in the eyes and make him bleed, standard gadgets don't cut it. This is the Hellbat. It wasn't built in a cave, it was custom forged inside the core of a star by Superman, mystically blessed by Wonder Woman, and infused with advanced particle tech by Cyborg. This armor grants Batman planet-cracking physical strength and faster-than-light travel speeds, allowing him to trade blows with Darkseid himself. The catch? The suit is a parasitic suicide rig. It actively consumes the user's metabolism to power itself, meaning if Batman doesn't win the boss fight in a few minutes, the armor literally eats him alive. The Gothic Curse, Vampire Batman, Earth 43. To defeat Count Dracula and protect Gotham from an undead plague, the Dark Knight of Earth 43 makes the ultimate build sacrifice. He gives up his humanity. Bitten by a rogue vampire, Bruce gains genuine supernatural predation, hyper-regeneration, and shadow-shifting abilities, growing massive fleshy wings right through his spine. But it completely corrupts his operational code. The legendary no-kill rule is totally erased. He brutally decapitates the Joker, hunts down his entire rogues gallery to drink their blood, and ultimately deteriorates into a feral, unhinged predator, so dangerous that Alfred is forced to drive a wooden stake straight through his chest. The omniscient overlord, god of knowledge. When you max out Batman's detective stats to the absolute limit, he ceases to be human during the Darkseid War. Bruce jacks into the Mobius chair, a cosmic artifact belonging to the new gods. This instantly ascends his consciousness into the god of knowledge. He doesn't need to look for clues anymore. He instantly knows every thought, every historical event, and every atom's position in the multiverse. To test the chair's database, he asks it who killed his parents, and it answers Joe Chill. He then asks for the Joker's real name, and the chair's data drop is so massive, it forces the realization that there are actually 3 distinct Jokers operating at the same time. The buff is infinite, but it completely detaches his human empathy, turning him into a cold, cosmic dictator. The plastic narcissist, Lego Batman. Take all the dark, brooding, edgelord trauma of the character and compress it into a tiny, self-absorbed piece of injection-molded plastic. Lego Batman is a meta-aware parody build whose primary traits are severe emotional detachment, an addiction to lobster thermidor, and an unyielding belief that he is the coolest person in the room. His kit bypasses traditional physics entirely. He has infinite inventory space, can assemble complex weaponized aircraft out of loose floor bricks in less than 2 seconds, and possesses total immunity to fall damage. His only real structural weakness? Stepping on an rogue plastic brick in the dark, which deals 999 psychological damage to his feet. The campy bureaucrat, 1966 Adam West Batman, the ultimate retro build from a timeline where trauma hadn't been invented yet. The 1966 variant completely deletes the dark grittiness for strict adherence to municipal safety codes and wholesome family values. This Batman doesn't break bones. He engages in synchronized dance-offs called the Batsuchi and punches criminals so hard that literal comic book text overlays like Pob and Beth manifest in midair. His utility belt doesn't house high-tech military hardware. Instead, it features a hilarious array of hyper-specific, convenient plot devices. Running out of fuel? Use the bat gas. Attacked by an apex ocean predator while hanging upside down from a helicopter ladder, simply reach down and pull out your handy can of oceanic bat shark repellent. He is entirely invincible purely through the power of bureaucratic preparation. The ultimate multiversal singularity, the darkest night, the final tier of the bat build evolution occurs when you take the psychotic, unhinged mind of the Batman who laughs and upload it into the literal body of a cosmic god. By performing a rogue brain transplant into an alternative universe Dr. Manhattan, this entity achieves total quantum omnipotence. Rebranded as the Darkest Knight, his power scaling completely breaks the comic book medium. He doesn't fight villains with punches anymore. He fights cosmic entities by throwing entire corrupted universes at their heads. He can manipulate time, rewrite the laws of physics with a blink, and grow to the size of a galaxy just to step on his enemies. It is the absolute maximum limit of what happens when you let Batman's prep time mentality access the cheat codes of reality. And yet, no matter how many times DC writers corrupt, upgrade, or god mode the character class across the multiverse, every single one of these variations always returns to the exact same core code. A regular, fragile human being standing in a dark room fueled by raw, unresolved grief. Because whether he's wielding a multiversal war axe, sitting on a cosmic throne of infinite knowledge, or simply spraying down a rogue shark in 1966, the engine behind the bat remains identical. It's a perpetual, endless loop of a man trying to fix a broken world, one level at a time. But if you think Batman has the most unhinged multiversal variations, you haven't seen the glitch-heavy, absolute nightmare fuel hidden inside the alternate builds of his closest ally. If your biological operating system absorbed this multiversal data, tap the like button to feed the YouTube algorithm's code. Drop a comment below telling me which Batman build wins in a free-for-all, and subscribe to patch your feed so you never miss the next data drop.